All right, good afternoon, everybody. It is, what day is today? I don't even know because every day feels like the same. I think it's Wednesday, is that right? It's Wednesday, beautiful day here in Oklahoma. We miss you, students. We are gathered together virtually with a few of our friends today. We have Summer Smith in Kansas City. Addie Johnson is in Concordia, Kansas, and Spencer White is in a land called Bartlesville, Oklahoma, if you've ever heard of that. So thanks for joining us today. And what we want to talk about today is just more of the practical things. We've heard from several of you students who are like, I feel overwhelmed with school and classes. And so these three are students that we trust, that are leaders, and we're going to ask them some questions just on how they're managing day-to-day life right now in the midst of all this craziness. Okay, so Summer, let's start with you. How have you developed a healthy routine right now? You don't have classes and some of the structure that college has. So how have you developed routine?
So what I've been focusing on is still waking up no later than 8. If I start my day off at 10 o'clock, just things just don't go so well for me usually. Um, and another thing I've been practicing is um, still working according to my regular school schedule. So if I have astronomy on Mondays at 9, I'll do my homework for astronomy at 9 and so on. So that's just one thing that's really helped me maintain a good schedule.
Addie
Yeah.
or Spencer, is there anything that you would add to that at all?
Yeah, I think for me, it's obviously routine is kind of one of the hardest things when your normal is different. Um, but like Summer said, trying to wake up not at 1 in the afternoon, I think helps a lot. And also just, I'm a weird list maker person. So kind of at the beginning of each day, I try to think through like, what do I need to accomplish today? And trying to get those things done. And obviously I give myself some grace. Sometimes things don't happen. But just trying to kind of figure out what needs to happen each day helps me a lot.
Great. Spencer, anything for you that you would add?
Yeah, so personally, what I do is I wake up early. I'll kind of just like what Addie does, I'll map out what needs to be done, and then I'll put it all in my calendar. And then from there, I'll just start knocking things out that needs to be done. So really simple method, but really effective as well.
And I think that's one of the keys we'd all agree on is this time, the simple is better, right? So a simple structure. Summer, I love your idea of, from 8 to 5 or whatever, just like you would at Oku, it's school time. And you try to keep things right as simple as possible. So I think that's great advice. Thank you. Spencer, let's start with you. How have you managed stress? Obviously, there's a lot of stress going on right now. So how have you managed that in your life?
Absolutely. So one of my favorite things to do is music. So I'll just like turn on my speaker, put some music on, and I'll just sing and dance out to some music. And I found that's just been something that's been really fun doing. And, I get the whole family involved. And so we have a lot of fun doing that. And it's definitely a great way to relieve some of that stress.
Great.
For me,
Addie,
I
Summer?
found one of the things that is kind of a problem is if I just sit and do homework for hours and hours and hours, it can get really frustrating. And so just taking those breaks and like going outside and going on a walk with my family or something like that, just being active, being in the sun improves my mood like 1000%. Granted, there's only been like 3 nice days this last couple weeks in Kansas, but still we take advantage of those good ones. So
How about for you, Summer?
So what I've really been thankful for just this time at home is that I have time to create. So I've been writing a lot, whether that's journaling, whether that's writing poems and stuff. So I really enjoyed that. So I would just encourage students to take time to create, whether that's music, writing, whether that's a project you've been thinking about. So yeah, I've been creating to relieve stress.
Cool. I love it. Addie, let's talk to you for a second. How have you been able to connect with fellow students? You were an RA on campus, and so you had natural community, and obviously we live in virtual world right now. So how have you been able to connect with fellow students?
yeah, it's definitely different. But I think we're so lucky to live in a time that we can do things like this and still see each other's faces. So just FaceTiming with my friends or texting the girls on my floor or anything like that has just made a huge difference. I've also really enjoyed Oku Life Insta, shout out, has been posting different like challenges and fun things to do. So interacting with those are super fun. So those are just a couple of the ways.
Spencer, Summer, you want to chime in?
Yeah. So for me, it's been about the same kind of thing as Addie. FaceTime, texting, those things have been a really great tool. Like she said, we're living such a great time that we have those abilities. So yeah, basically things like that. Zoom chats as well. Even something simple as like playing video games and then just having like the chat room on and we can talk through that even.
Yeah, I really appreciated the Zoom meetings and the challenges on Insta, which have been really fun. Some awesome things are coming up this month that RAs and SMs are heading, but life groups have also been really important to me as well. So just taking the time to not only reach out to students, but also letting my professors know, like, hey, listen, fam, I'm not doing so hot, or yes, I am doing great. So I just love the communication that we have at Oakview. It's really awesome.
Great. A couple more questions, guys. We'll work through just for a little bit. Addie, let's start with you. So we all know the challenges right now. We know that we're separated. We know that obviously we can't continue life on campus right now as we have maybe for 3/4 of this school year. But there's also been a lot of opportunities for growth. And like just the other day, I was outside walking, riding my bike for a while, and it's cool to see how many people are outside, right? That maybe wouldn't do that. So Addie, we'll start with you, then Summer and Spencer. How do you feel like you've grown during this time? What does that look like for you?
Yeah, so I'm definitely a person that likes a very strict plan. And so for some ways, like this situation is difficult for me, but I've also learned a lot about just giving up control and not having to have everything done just so and all things like that. So that's been really helpful. And also just an opportunity, although this is like a crazy time, in some ways we do have some more downtime and some more time to just be with our families. And so I found that as a major positive side to all of this, is just having time to just have me time and things like that.
So a lesson that I've learned is just patience. It's just allowing God to be God, because I would think, oh my gosh, I just can't wait for this to be over and I just want to do this and that. But what God's been showing me is, hey, well, since you do have a little extra time, use that to create, use that to write. And also, I've been learning to be thankful, just looking at the positive, the brighter sides, and just the blessings that I experience every day that not a lot of people get to see. So just being thankful.
Yeah, so for me, staying positive is like the biggest key factor here. So basically just knowing, like waking up, knowing that there's a potential to cultivate a new skill, learn something new every single day, because there's just an infinite amount of things out there that we just don't know. So the ability to wake up and know today is a new day, there's something else that I can do to better myself, that's something that's really helped a lot, and that's making this time feel like it's going by really quick.
Yeah, Spencer, I love that. You know, there are a lot of things that are not in our control right now, but there are some things that are. And I think focusing on the things that are in control, we can still eat well, we can still exercise, we can spend time with the people that we know well, right? Whether virtually or with our families. And I think investing in those things just helps to get us through this time. Okay. Last question, and Spencer, we'll start with you. And I've surprised you all with this one. I didn't give this to you ahead of time, but we know this will end at some time. We don't know when exactly, but we know this pandemic will end and life will return to a new normal. So how are you all planning for life after this whole chaotic pandemic ends? Does that make sense? So Spencer, let's start with you, and then Summer, and then Addie.
Yeah, so for me, I'm definitely going to be a lot more grateful for all the times that, we get together as a group, and it's us being outside, getting together, you know, just having everybody collectively, because I mean, obviously being away from all the people I'm used to seeing every day is like taking a toll. So I think I'm gonna appreciate more of the times when we can get together and we can all just hang out and have a good time. So I think that, and just mainly just like staying off of like electronics and things like that that really like distract us from human interaction.
Yeah, I really like what Spencer was saying, just about coming out of this situation, just appreciative and more grateful. But after this whole shindig kind of dies down a bit, I don't want to stop this flow of like creation and stuff and writing and just even coming up with new things. So I definitely want to stay creative and seeing how I can implement that more into my schedule as things kind of get back to the way it was at first.
Yeah, a lot like they both said, just my perspective has changed, I guess, a lot through this, and just taking advantage of those times that we can be with people and we can do different things. So just really making the most out of those times when we can be together. And also just, I mean, obviously we can't plan a lot because we don't know what's going to happen, but just planning ahead what you can, even if you don't know if it's going to happen, like this is what I hope to happen, and just going ahead and making those plans, even if you don't know for sure what's going to happen.
Students, a couple things I'd remind you of just with that. Housing signups are taking place for the fall right now, so you can contact Megan Young, M Young, YOUNG, at oakwood.edu. She can help you with that. Registration for classes in the fall is also taking place right now, so if you have not heard from your advisor, make sure you reach out to your advisor. So just to piggyback what all you are saying, those are a couple of opportunities too that you can start to look past when this thing ends, hopefully sooner rather than later. Okay. Spencer, Addie, Summer, thanks so much for taking some time just to talk today for a little bit. We appreciate you all. We miss you all on campus, as well as all of our other Oakwood students, and hope you guys have a great rest of the day.